everybody, and welcome to Enjoy English. This is your beautiful host, Bernice.
This is your very handsome host, Shane.
Ta-da, ta-da. All right, today we are looking at an article about terrariums.
Oh.
Now, the title is Terrariums, the Success of the Failed Gardener.
Failed.
Hey, okay. So the subtitle is The Secret Green Thumb Inside a Glass Case. So if you have a green thumb, that means you are good at growing plants.
没错，老师解释得很好，并不是你的大拇指变绿色，no， 也不是你变成 Hulk， 也不是，不是，是你很会做一些花花草草的东西，就是你非常的擅长做这些东西。对啦，我们今天要看一个东西叫做生态瓶，它的中文是这样称哈，然后它后面讲的可是却是一个失败的园丁，啊，就可能他在种植的时候曾经失败过，然后的一个成功秘诀。那么接下来它的次标题讲的是说，隐藏在玻璃瓶中的园艺魔法，到底是什么魔法呀？
Interesting. Okay, well, let's find out.
好的。
Okay.
Terrariums, the success of the failed gardener. In the 1820s, London was a city with a rapidly growing population. Both factories and homes used coal to stay in operation. As a result, air pollution posed a serious threat to both people and plants. Nathaniel Bagshaw Ward, a young doctor who loved studying plants and insects, often felt upset about the city's poor air quality. One day in 1829, he noticed that a grass plant had grown from the wet soil inside a sealed glass container he had made for an insect. He discovered that moisture formed inside the container on the glass during the day and flowed down to the soil in the evening. This created a closed place with clean air and no pollution. Ward went on to turn these containers into what later became known as Wardian cases. This greatly changed the study of plants. Before the invention of Wardian cases, it was a difficult task to transport live plants across long distances. In 1833, a plant expert used Wardian cases to send plants from Australia, a place he had long wanted to import plants from, but had not been successful. With Wardian cases, almost all of the plants stayed alive during the trip across the sea. Today, these small sealed glass cases are called terrariums and are often used for home decoration.
Okay, let's start. In the 1820s, London was a city with a rapidly growing population. Okay, so in the 1820s, they had a rapidly growing population, just meaning that the amount of people that started living there and going to London to live started increasing quite a bit around that time.
没错。
So it was very 热闹。
对，是的
at that time.
Yeah， 所以那个时间点是在1820年代。
对，
那个年代的时候，伦敦呢，它是一个什么样的城市呢？他说这个城市它的人口是快速的成长，所以刚刚老师讲的那个 rapidly 就是 fast 很快的意思 ，growing 就是 increasing 开始慢慢的增加，而且速度非常的快。那个时候的伦敦就是这样的一个状况。
Yes. Both factories and homes used coal to stay in operation. Okay, so when we say that they used coal to stay in operation, that means that if you needed energy, you were using coal in order to make that energy, And of course, we know coal, when it burns, it's very dirty.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a clean energy source. So it was helping to give electricity and power to both factories and to homes.
对啦，所以当时在1820年代呢，那个时候不管呢你是工厂还是你是一般的家庭，所以 both 两个都有了哈。他们两个呢都是使用，记得要用 use 的，因为是在1820年代，他们用的这个东西就是当时的煤炭，就像老师刚刚讲，可能会制造很多的脏啊、好污染啊这样的东西。可是他们当时呢，就是使用的是煤炭。那为什么要用煤炭？它的目的呢，就是要 stay in operation。我们知道 in operation 就是 stay operational， 就是让它还有这个运转嘛，就是 keep it working 啊，就是你的不管你的工厂、你的家，你都还可以持续的运作。
You have electricity, you have power, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. As a result, air pollution posed a serious threat to both people and plants.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So if something poses a threat to something else, it means that if A poses a threat to B, that means that A will or can harm B.
Yeah.
So it's showing us here that coal and the air pollution that was created by the coal is going to cause a threat to B, right?
Yes.
To us and to plants.
Yeah, to plants. OK， 好，所以第二句他就讲，因此怎么样呢 ？As a result， 因此怎么样？结果怎么样呢？就是因为我们刚刚讲了嘛，你燃烧这些所谓的 coal 这些煤炭呢，它可能就会导致 air pollution， 然后就会有这个所谓的空气污染啦。那么空气污染呢，就怎么样呢？对于什么构成了威胁？就像老师刚刚讲的，你这个 A 如果对 B 造成了这个 threat， 就是指你会伤害，你会 harm 这个 B，所以呢 pose a threat to 就是对什么构成了威胁，而且不是一点点的威胁，是 serious。很严重的威胁啊，所以不管是对于人类来说，还有对于他们的植物，都是这样子。
Yeah, not good.
Not
Okay.
good.
Nathaniel Bagshaw Ward, a young doctor who loved studying plants and insects, often felt upset about the city's poor air quality. So we have this young doctor, and he's just like, oh man, the air quality in London, all this, air pollution, this is awful. And I agree. I've lived in places that have terrible air pollution. Taipei is not that bad at all. If you live in Los Angeles, the air pollution is really bad there.
OK, I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
好 ，LA 是一个，就像老师刚刚讲的，他住在那边，他也是觉得天哪，这个空气实在是太可怕了。好的，所以当时就出现了一位这个年轻的 doctor。这位年轻的医生啦，哈，这位年轻的医生呢，他当时呢，因为他本身就是一个 love， 他很爱研究一些什么呢？植物啦，还有 insects 昆虫，他就是一个喜欢研究这些的一个年轻医生。他常常呢就开始觉得 often felt。记得为什么用 felt？ 因为我们还在讲1820年代啊，好，所以你还是得用这个过去式。你不是说我看到了 often、usually、always， 我永远都用现在简单式，不是的。你要看这些频率副词，它放在哪一个时期。这个时候的 often 放的是1820年代，所以他讲的当时这个医生的感觉是在那个时候，并没有延伸到现在。好，所以你记得还是要用过去式。所以呢，这个研究植物跟昆虫的这个年轻医生呢，他那个时候就常常觉得好沮丧啊，对不对？有关于呢，我们这个伦敦这个城市为什么这个空气品质那么差呢？
怎么会这样子呢？
对呀。
One day in 1829, he noticed that a grass plant had grown from the wet soil inside a sealed glass container he had made for an insect. Oh, wow. So there was a grass plant that happened to be inside with some wet soil inside a container that he made for an insect. Now, it's a sealed glass container, meaning that no air can get into that container.
没错。
It's sealed.
所以这个时间点是在1829年。我们常常讲嘛，有一些 invention 或者一些什么东西都是你意想不到的时候它发生了，对不对？就我们常常在历史上看到很多意想不到，像疫苗怎么来的，它也是意想不到啊，这个天花疫苗就这样子产生了。好，所以呢，很多事情都是这样子。那个时间点呢，是在1829年的某一天。就当这个医生呢，那一天呢，他就发现到一件事 ，notice， 他注意到一件事了。他说怎么有一株草啊？我把它种啊，had grown， 它开始慢慢的长出来了。它怎么长出来的呢？他说从一些湿的土里面，wet soil 长出来的。可是呢，这些湿的土呢，是在什么东西的里面呢？是在 seal 的。这个 seal 这边当动词，然后再加 ed 变成了一个形容词。这个 seal 的就是 totally closed， 它就是密封起来的哈。所以它是一个密封起来的一个玻璃容器里面的湿土。怎么他有一天就发现到，怎么里面长出来一株草呢？
很怪啊，
就这样，
这很怪。Okay. All right. So he discovered that moisture formed inside the container on the glass during the day and flowed down to the soil in the evening. Oh, okay. So during the day when it got a little bit hot, this moisture came out and went onto the glass. And then at night when it started to cool down, it went back down into the soil and would feed the plants. So
the plant.
It just grew like that. That's so crazy. Inside a sealed container.
对，所以这个只有在一个密封的这样的容器里面才知道。所以就是因为这个医生他注意到这个草呢，那当我们知道他这个容器是为了他当时在做一些这个昆虫，他本来要放昆虫进去的，就长出了这个草。那他就是因为他发现到 he discovered 他发现到这件事情就是。Moisture 就是那个湿气，我们空气里面都会有一些湿气哈。这些湿气是怎么形成的呢？他说形成的就是在这个 inside the container 就是在这个玻璃的容器里面形成这个湿气。可是它在白天的时候就会形成这个湿气，因为我们刚刚讲了白天气温比较高一点所以呢你就会在这个容器里面你就会看到上面有点潮湿的这些水汽出现了。然后后来呢到了晚上的时候呢，因为就开始温度比较下降一点的时候呢，这些湿气呢就会慢慢的往下流 flow down，流到哪里呢？流到这个土壤里面，所以就提供了这个土壤一些水分嘛，所以才会有这个草长出来。
This created a closed place with clean air and no pollution. Yay! So it's a very clean air in there with no pollution. What a genius!
Yeah， 真的是就是无意间发现 discover 嘛，对不对？所以他才会用这个字。所以这个 this 指的就是刚才上面我们讲的，白天的时候这个玻璃容器上面形成的水汽或湿气，它后来到了傍晚就会往下流到这个土壤里面，就是因为它有一天就突然注意到这件事的时候呢，这件事情等于就是帮助他创造了一个封闭起来，而且它里面是很干净的一个空间，重点就是完全没有污染。
Awesome. Okay, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
好的。
Okay, welcome back everybody. So let's take a look here at part 2. Ward went on to turn these containers into what later became known as Wardian cases. So to turn something into something else means that A becomes different than B, right? You turn A into B, A is one thing, and then when you make this change to it, it turns into something else. So he turned the containers into something that were called Wardian cases. Before they didn't have a name, right? Before they were just his cases. And he's like, I'm going to show my colleagues this and show the news. And people started calling them Wardian cases because of his name.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
因为这个医生的名字就叫 Ward 嘛
yeah.
对，所以这个 Ward 的这位医生呢，他当时就 went on to 就是持续的、继续的去做这样的一个动作。他之后呢，就是做了这个什么样的动作呢？他把这些他原本刚才发现的这些密闭式的、密封式的这些容器呢。之后，他就把它们称之为，就变成很著名了，所以他就把它称之为呢 Wardian cases， 就是沃德植物箱，就这是我发现的咯，所以就用我的名字来命名。
Oh yeah, I'm cool. Okay, this greatly changed the study of plants. Okay, so these Wardian cases really made a big advance in studying plants. I'm not sure how they did that yet, but hey, that's what happened.
Yeah, 所以呢，这样子一个方式啦，就是说被这个年轻医生发明到说，哦，原来有这样的一个状况，这些密闭式的容器改良之后呢，这样的一个改变，而且这个改变是 greatly， 不是小小的改变，是很大的改变 ，change a lot。真的改很多把什么东西改了很多呢？就是研究植物的方式。可是怎么改呢？
Let's find out now. Okay, before the invention of Wardian cases, it was a difficult task to transport live plants across long distances. Okay, so you had live plants and you want to transport them. So transport means to take something from one destination to another destination. So from point A to point B, that means to transport it, right? So while trying to transport these live plants from point A to point B, probably a lot of them died, or all of them would die, right?
没错。
So that's the beginning.
Yeah. 对，所以呢，就是在这一个 Wardian 这一个他的这个沃德植物箱发明 invention， 这是他的一个发明嘛在他这个发明之前，这件事情是非常的困难的一个任务，一个工作。什么样的一个 task 呢？就是你想要 transport， 刚刚老师讲了，你把一个东西从 A 点然后运到 B 点，就是你可能透过一些这个交通工具啊，不管是怎么样，总之你想要把这个活的 life， 记得这个字要念成 life 这边当形容词，就是活生生的。你想要把这个活生生的植物啊，这个活体的植物呢，从一个地方运送到一个地方，而且是 across long distances， 是长途的哦，就不是说只是从你家拿到一个地方，不是，是很长途的。那个在那个时候是非常非常的困难的，就像比如说我们去荷兰欣赏那个 tulips， 那个郁金香，好美哦。可是我想把郁金香带回台湾。那就是一个 long distance，
very long distance，
对不对？可是在那个时候基本上是不太可能的，很困难啦。
Yeah, okay. In 1833, a plant expert used Wardian cases to send plants from Australia, a place he had long wanted to import plants from, but had not been successful.
Oh.
Wow, so he was able to send plants from Australia. And a place where he long wanted to import plants. So to import means to bring goods or plants or things from one area into another area.
Yes.
So that is to import. Right. So these Wardian cases allowed for that to be done.
好的，这个时间点呢是在1833年。他说1833年当时有一个这个 plant expert， 他是植物的专家哦。这个专家他当时呢就用了这个沃德植物箱这样的一个装置，然后呢他当时就可以 send， 可以运送他的 plants， 从什么地方运送回来呢？从澳洲。他说澳洲当时呢，就是他长久以来，就后面他有讲是 long wanted， 就一直好久以前我就很想要做这件事情。想要做什么事呢？就想要 import， 刚刚老师讲了 IM 就是往内 Port 是港口嘛，你从港口那边把东西运进来，所以就是运回来的意思。所以他那个时候长久以来就想要引进这些植物，可是从来也没成功过。但是因为 Wardian cases 帮助他成功了。
Woohoo! Yay for the Wardian cases. Okay. With Wardian cases, almost all of the plants stayed alive during the trip across the sea. All right, so to stay alive just means that you don't die. Yeah, to be alive just means you are living.
Yes.
So, yay, these plants were able to travel such far distances and not die. Stay alive.
是的。所以呢，就是因为有了沃德植物箱呢，几乎是所有的植物哦，哈，你只要在海上旅途之中，你都可以是活生生的植物，都可以存活下来的。
Okay. Today, these small sealed glass cases are called terrariums and are often used for home decoration. So now we call them terrariums. And they're very good indoors, right? So, yeah, we still have them today. But now we've changed the name again. We don't call them Wardian cases. We call them terrariums.
所以为什么会有这个字的出现？老师稍微解释一下，这个 T-E-R-R-A 这个字首呢，就是 land， 就是土地的意思。好，那后面这个 reum 就是一个容器，好，可以放一些，就是有一些特殊用途的这个容器，好，像比如说我们知道这个 aquarium 水族箱，水族箱前面的那个 aqua 就是 water 的意思，对，所以就是你放水在里面嘛，所以这个是放土的，不是放陆地上的东西，所以我们有水族箱，然后也有陆族箱。对，大陆地上面的，我自己随便乱称谓的啦，哈，好，反正就是一个是水放水的，那这个是植物生长的嘛，哈，所以他说到了现在呢，这些小小的密闭式的密封式的这个玻璃的容器，我们就给它另外一个称呼，就是我们刚刚讲的叫做我们中文翻生态瓶，而且呢，通常是被用来当做我们家里面的一些 decoration 装饰。
Awesome. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for part one, or day one, but we will see you in day two.
好的。
So we look forward to that. See you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.